banging up the club, it's a total fun. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now everybody dance and sweep them way. Now passing up pagans so sweep them way. Everybody dance and sweep them way. Them are rubbish so we sweep them way. Everybody dance and sweep them way. Now passing up pagans so sweep them way. Everybody dance.
My name is Jacob Edgar. I'm an explorer, but I don't search for lost cities or ancient ruins. I'm on the quest for a different kind of treasure, music. As an ethnomusicologist and world music record producer, I travel the globe hunting for the best songs the world has to offer. And I suffer through some of the worst, so you don't have to. I've got a backstage pass to the world's music, and I won't stop until I've heard it all.
Ex-cons only. Free from captivity. All who fled from the leash. Refugee, jump here. So we now go to jail again. Oh no. And we never gonna feel again. Oh no. Like a ship we are go sail again.
I've been on an Irie trip around Jamaica, exploring the island's musical riches and getting a taste of its natural beauty, spicy food, and even spicier people.
Oh no. Step out and hold me one for sure.
So far, I've explored the history of the country's influential grooves, from its African roots to the current stars of reggae. But there's no question, the beat on the street these days is dancehall, whose hard-hitting rhythms and edgy, often controversial lyrics have risen from Jamaica's impoverished ghettos to become a worldwide phenomenon.
Oh no, and we never gonna feel again. Oh no.
On the last part of my Jamaican journey, I'm off for a first-hand look into the Jamaican dancehall scene. I start at one of Jamaica's biggest music festivals, Sumfest, which takes place every July in Montego Bay. For 3 nights, this resort mecca erupts with an explosion of musical energy. But the most explosive evening of all is Dancehall Night, which not only attracts the largest crowds, it also features the hottest and most popular artists on the island today. There's chaos behind the scenes as the producers struggle with the logistics of getting this massive show all together. It's definitely tense, so I guess the nasty-looking guard dogs are here to keep the peace. Ronnie Burke, who's been my companion across Jamaica, knows a thing or two about music festivals, as he helped start Jamaica's original super festival, Reggae Sunsplash, right here in Mo Bay in 1978. He's hooked me up with an all-access pass so I can hobnob with the stars. Hello, Jamaica! Rankin Jacob in the house. You can hear the roar of the audience. Where'd everybody go? Oh, all right, my fan, my one fan. We take a stroll around the site before all the chaos ensues. It's a walk he's taken many times over the years, and he's clearly a local icon himself. Can't go anywhere with this guy.
Dancehall has outgrown reggae.
Right, now dancehall is much more popular in Jamaica
Much more
than
popular.
reggae
You'll
is.
find that the crowd tonight is probably going to be double any other night.
The crowds start lining up, most dressed to impress, although maybe not in the way they intended. Hey lady with the yellow and pink hair, I've got to get the number of your hairdresser. I think it's a great look for me. Well, I think I'll just stick with my usual style, the wrinkled, slightly stained shirt. They're in for a long wait, though. Things don't really start gearing up until midnight, and the music keeps thumping until dawn. I can't pass unless I dance? Yes, all right, I'll do my best. I'm telling you, partying in Jamaica is hard work. Eventually, the grounds are filled to capacity with fans ready to cast judgment on the wordplay and showmanship of stars such as Beenie Man, Bounty Killer, and Elephant Man.
He has taken the dancehall and the dancers to another sector of the world. Jamaica is proud. Ladies and gentlemen, do you want some more from Elephant Man?
After grandiose introductions, they burst onto the stage with a rapid-fire delivery of lyrics in accents too thick for me to understand. But just when the groove gets going, the artist abruptly tells the band to stop playing.
Stop! Stop!
In an act of dances interruptus that seems to build the crowd into a frenzy.
Everybody wearing mic and go for.
Every once in a while, the audience roars their approval and ignites homemade blowtorches into the night sky. Didn't your mother tell you not to play with flamethrowers? Hey kids, don't try this at home.
Where can I get an outfit like this? Because I'm feeling very underdressed.
Well, how can you get an outfit like this? I would have to tell my designer to design one for you.
Would you? You might have to make it a little bigger.
When you got time in Jamaica, I just take it to my designer and tell him I'm going to give you a black and gold.
Black and gold, all right. That sounds good, all right.
I was born under the clock. Believe me now.
Dancehall may be the most popular music in Jamaica right now, but I must admit, it's an acquired taste. This is the first time I've been to a dancehall festival, and after a few hours of stopping and starting, indecipherable shouting, and repetitive, thumping electronic beats, my head starts to hurt. Of course, that could be from all the Jamaican beer and rum I've been drinking. And that's even before the bikini-clad women hit the stage for the dance contest. Ay, ay, ay. The festival is ringed by food stands, so I decided to take a break from the action and see what local delectables are available.
I got hit by a piece of jerk chicken. And they even have a place where they're called reggae beds. So if there's an artist that you don't want to see, but you want to keep your energy up for the artist you do want to see, there's beds laying in a tent. You can just go crash there. So I might have to do that at some point.
Dancehall takes its name from the clubs and street parties where DJs began setting up their eardrum-splitting sound systems in the late 1970s. And clearly, it's the music of the masses in Jamaica today.
The sun has risen over Montego Bay, and I've made it through my first ever dancehall night at Jamaica Sumfest. There was dancing, and there was more dancing.
Eventually, producers began using drum machines and simple Casio keyboards to create dancehall beats. One of the pioneers of this was King Jammyat, whose 1985 hit, Sling Tang, was one of the first all-digital rhythms to take the country by storm.
I'm in the Waterhouse community of Kingston, and I'm about to pay a visit to King Jammyat. He's one of the greatest producers in Jamaican music history. He was a pioneer of dancehall rhythms, and he created a lot of dub hits as well. And he's just been one of the leading figures in dancehall for a long, long time. He's sort of a combination of Africa Bambaataa and Timbaland. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hi.
King Jammyat, it is an honor and a privilege.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Incredible honor. We're trying to introduce people to different styles of Jamaican music.
Yeah.
And I know that you were involved with dub back in the day.
Yeah.
And then moved into dancehall. How did dancehall get started? And is there any connection between dub and dancehall? Or are they totally different?
The name dancehall is there from a long time. But
Dancehall was the actual place.
yes.
Where people would go.
Yes,
and
but the
dance.
music dancehall now. When dancehall came about, like on a popular scheme, it was the rhythm Sling Tang brought it about. You know, I created that rhythm.
Sling thing.
Sling Tang.
Slang tang.
Yes.
So that was one of the early dancehall rhythms.
Yes, that's one of the biggest hits. You know?
How did you create it? I mean, when you say you created the rhythm.
I'll tell you something. We were playing around with the Casio and we found like a rock rhythm and we sort of turned it around to a reggae beat and then we add things to it and get sling thing with it.
So you did the original sling thing on a Casio?
Yes.
Back in the day?
Yes.
When was this about?
That was 1984.
Then you got those really cool...
Yeah, that's a syndrome.
Like Space Invaders.
I was playing that instrument.
Dancehall has a passionate following, and many people feel that the technique of spoken lyrics over rhythms that developed in Jamaica was a fundamental influence in the development of rap. As legend has it, Jamaican DJs living in New York City in the late 1970s brought their island touch to local house parties. There's no question that there's a lot of back and forth between Jamaican music and American hip-hop, further cementing Jamaica's status as a powerful influence on the sounds of the globe. Whatever the exact story is, the genres do have a lot in common, as I discovered at Sumfest, and then at the even more intense dancehall festival I attended a few days later in Ocho Rios, called Fully Loaded.
No ice pick, no chopper, no blood, no office splatter, because I could chatter, and all of a watcher.
While Sumfest attracts a lot of tourists, the artists play with live bands, and they're required not to swear too much. Now, Fully Loaded is raw to the bone. Hey, what's your name?
Lethal.
Lethal. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So do you come to Fully Loaded a lot, or is this your first time?
Actually, my first time.
That was your first time?
Yes.
So I've seen the people out there, and they've got these torches that they use. They use like aerosol cans. What's up with that?
It's a Jamaican energy in the dance hall. Like when you hear your favorite song, your favorite performer, you just light up a lighter, spray it, and that's dancehall energy. That was created in Jamaica.
It's pretty intense. I mean, does anything like ever go wrong? Does somebody catch somebody's hair on fire, or does the can explode, or anything like that?
Not to my knowledge, but hopefully not.
I hope not. Them put up them artillery. We don't want no more dead body in a cemetery. Me tell them make sure so have you the military. You can't give life so nobody take.
First of all, it's 3 o'clock in the morning on a hot July night, and the artists haven't even really started to perform yet. Mostly what you have are MCs up on stage and DJs who are just pumping up the crowd. They're like gladiators facing off, you know, throwing insults at each other, trying to outdo each other. So there's a really intense energy, and that kind of energy is really interesting. It's not like anything I've ever experienced before at a music festival. I'm in the privileged position of being backstage here at Fully Loaded, and I'm looking out at the hosts and the DJs and the crowd that's expanding out into the field here. It's loud, it's booming, there's an intense energy. You really got to check it out. Fully Loaded is more like a no-holds-barred house party where pretty much anything goes. This woman next to me is Sharon Burke, and I think it's fair to say that she is a living legend in Jamaica because she's one of the premier artist managers and promoters and is responsible for this festival, for Fully Loaded. So what kind of things are people talking about, like when the MCs are up there? Are they called MCs, first of all? What are they called?
Host.
The hosts.
Yes,
what are the hosts? What are they talking about?
Different things like social commentaries, the culture, everything like that.
And how long has this festival been going on?
13 years.
13 years?
13 strong years.
And what makes this year's festival different in any way?
What makes it different?
Yeah.
That you are here.
That I am here?
Yes.
Oh, she's so sweet. The radio station Irie FM is the top station in the country, and it's usually the first to break the hot new dancehall tracks. I sit down in the studio with two of the station's most popular hosts, DJ Sunshine and DJ Wayne, to get their thoughts on the scene.
To define dancehall to somebody who is not aware of what dancehall is the music of the Jamaican people. It is the common voice of the common Jamaican. It is what we experience, it's what we live, it's what we see on a day-to-day basis. It's our highs, our lows, our strengths, our weaknesses. It's the whole of Jamaica.
The experience on CD is so completely different from what it is in concert. You know, I was at Sumfest and I was at Fully Loaded last night, and you know, first of all, nobody performs an entire song. In fact, it's like 30 seconds is the most they'll go, and there's a lot of breaking and talking. I mean, what's that all about?
Well, the important thing is to get your forward.
To get your
forward.
What do you mean by that?
We want to keep a cheer for you.
So you're just working to get that, and then as soon as you get it?
Important thing.
All right.
No, the attention span is very short.
They also give me a little lesson on what it takes to be a dancehall DJ.
What song are you going to intro?
What song am I going to intro?
Name a song that you'd like to intro.
Why don't we do, since we're going to be seeing Elephant Man.
You need the glasses.
Yeah, I'm going to put on my glasses. Since we're going to be doing Elephant Man.
The Jamaican audience is very tough, you know.
Give me like some words, like some patois or whatever you would say, how you would say it on there.
You're going to introduce Dip again?
Yeah.
You'd say something like, what time is it? 8 minutes after 12 o'clock on your 107.135 to the 9. This is your IRA FM. Elephant Man, Dip again, the real thing. People, out the road, stop the car, pull over, get on the sidewalk. It's time to dip. Dip in, let's go. Man.
All right, let's do the second part. I'm gonna skip all the numbers. That's gonna throw me way off.
Okay. IRA FM, Elephant Man, the brand new joint. Elephant Man, Dip again. You know dip already? You know dip already? You dip already? Then dip again. Dip again.
RAFM, Elephant Man, Dip again, the brand new joint. You know dip already? Dip again.
All right.
Yeah. Very good.
Give me a fully loaded intro. You saw what fully loaded was about.
Yeah.
Okay, fully loaded. It was really cool. Fully loaded in the house. Fully loaded. DJ Jacob in the house. You like Elephant Man? No, you love Elephant Man?
Yeah.
Give me some signal. I think I got a new career shaping up for me, don't you think?
Bueno, mi gente, estás escuchando a la sonoridad de IRA FM aquí en Ocho Ríos, Jamaica.
All right.
Steven Sullivan Biersay has been my trusted transportation manager around Jamaica. And he takes me to Flanker, a poor but inspiring neighborhood in Montego Bay where violence and crime is all too common. We come here to meet the street and get a sample of the latest dance moves. Steve, what can you tell me about the neighborhood where we're going?
It's a ghetto, you may call it, but the better way is the inner city community.
All right.
You know what a ghetto is like, right?
Yeah.
It could be vile and then it could be tense. But right now it's tense, it's lovely right there, straight throughout right now.
So there are times when there's violence or conflicts going on?
Yes.
But not right now?
Not right now.
So we're gonna be
good to go? We're good to go, all right?
All right,
yeah,
I gotta trust him. Flanker's just a few blocks away from fancy beach resorts, yet it's a world away from that lush lifestyle the resorts provide. It's seen its fair share of gang warfare and senseless violence, but it's also a neighborhood with a positive spirit and a hopeful attitude about the future. That's surely thanks in part to the efforts of the Flanker Peace and Justice Center, an unbelievable community center that provides tutoring, music lessons, and social support for neighborhood kids.
Okay, Jacob.
Hi.
Yeah, welcome to Flanker.
Looks great.
This is the Peace and Justice Center.
That's amazing.
Music was the first part of the youth club. The kids taught themselves how to play all these instruments, and they taught themselves the music. We just recently got a music teacher who's helping us now, but most of the music that they learned before was self-taught.
Okay.
You're a trumpet player? I'm a trumpet player too. Not a very good one though. I was happy to find out that the nearby Sandals Resort has helped support the center through their Sandals Foundation.
Sandals plays a very major part in our community activities here. They take care of us as if we're part of their family.
So you guys come here and they give you lessons?
Yeah.
You get music lessons here?
Yes.
That's very cool. And you have a marching band that you play in as well? All right.
The wall in front of the center is covered with graffiti denouncing violence. And the center proves that given positive outlets, the kids in tough neighborhoods like Flanker can succeed and rise above the challenges they face. It's in neighborhoods like this where the hottest dancehall trends get their start. and the kids at the center have agreed to show me the latest moves.
Jumping, banging up the club, it's a total fun thing. Start to dance when you hear the beat thumping. Music is the appropriate.
A group of professional dancers I met at Sumfest join us there to get the party started.
Start to dance when you hear the beat thumping. Now, everybody dance and sweep them way. Now passing up pagans, so keep them way. Everybody dance and sweep them way. Them are rubbish, so we sweep them way. Everybody dance and sweep them way. Now passing up pagans, so keep them way. Everybody dance and sweep them way. Them are rubbish, so we sweep. This beat got me dancing, sweeping the floor till it shine. Everybody keep on asking if I'm losing my mind. Dancing non-stopping, so till me two shows them crying. And tomorrow we'll be doing it same place and same time. Dance! Everybody dance and sweep them way. No passing up pagans, so keep them way. Everybody dance and sweep them way. Them are rubbish, so we sweep them way. Everybody dance and sweep them way. No passing up pagans, so keep them way. Everybody dance and sweep them way. Them are rubbish, so we show them say you're young and fit and they in your prime. Everybody start sweep cause a dancing time. Sweep where the dance them were causing crime. Use your foot like a broom, sweep the blasted slime. For all the beat your bad so them can't refuse. Up in at the club so it have everybody a move. Lands a sweep so till him last one foot a shoes. Try come out the way when you know see the ship a cruise. Everybody dance. Everybody dance and sweep them way. Now passing up pagans so keep them way. Everybody dance and sweep them way. Them are rubbish so we sweep them way. Everybody dance and sweep them way. Now passing up pagans so keep them way. Everybody dance and sweep them way. Them are rubbish so we sweep them. Dance, dance, dance. Everybody dance, dance, dance. Everybody dance, dance, dance. Everybody dance, dance, dance.
Always not the girl them thoughts, permanent spot in the girl them hearts. Please come over that the girl them asks. The girl them a call me name.
Back in Kingston, I'm invited to the home and studio of Chinoand Steven MacGregor for some jerk chicken and a peek into the dance hall production scene.
It's something like that.
How's it going?
Respect.
Nice to meet you. Jacob.
Chino, what's up, Jacob?
Steven.
Chino and Steven grew up surrounded by music, as their father is reggae legend Freddie McGregor. Chino is an up-and-coming dancehall artist, and his brother Steven is one of the genre's top young producers.
Who have you worked with over the years?
Technically everybody.
Everybody. You produce tracks for all the biggest dancehall stars.
I know outside of dancehall. I mean, I did some stuff on Matisse Yahoo's.
You work with Matisse Yahoo?
Yeah,
really? Oh, I love him. The Hasidic dancehall artist. Now, when he came down, did you guys make a kosher jerk chicken?
Just a teenager, Steven's already produced for top stars like Sean Paul, Shaggy, Matisse Yahoo, and Elephant Man.
I'm feeling a little out of place. I don't have my sunglasses on. You guys are so cool.
I wear my sunglasses.
But I'd probably walk into things.
Chino and Steven are creating a catchy blend of dancehall and R&B, which is a little more accessible to me than the edgier stuff I heard at the festivals.
All right, so we're sitting in front of the board, and you're going to show me how you put together one of your tracks. So where do you start?
Alright, this track is really simple actually. Most of the times I start with drums, but for this track I did it a little different. I started with like the keyboards and synths and stuff. So just like the main piano riff. That's what I put down first. Yeah,
What's
like,
that on the top there? That's
like some bells.
Little bells. All right, cool. All right, I'm really curious to see how the beat fits into this.
Oh, okay, you're gonna hear it right now?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I did the drums like right now.
All right, so you got the kick drum, giving a nice low end.
Has some electric guitars in the front.
Yeah.
This was Jeremy Hardin on the guitar.
Okay.
Crazy guitars.
All right, let's hear it all together. Let's hear how it sounds with your voice on top of it.
From morning, we are hustling, put we all in. When we work, we not free, not stalling. From morning, yeah, also we stay, we never ever change. We never ever change.
Well, if there's one thing that is certain about Jamaican music, it is constantly changing. This is the marker of a truly vibrant culture, and this small Caribbean island is surely one of the global hotbeds of music. I'm certain when I come back in the future, there will be a completely new set of sounds, rhythms, and dances coming out of the streets, because you just never know what you're going to hear next in a country like Jamaica.
In the
west of my island is a parish I know. I am no one to tell you cause that's where I grow. Enough money there but it just not show. Tourism a flourish while they get to them a perish. No, no, free up the thing you give me more for more. Granville cut up and all left out in for. Some shops square now deal with fear. So rebel we a rebel till you no join you gear. Oh, and here west my